I looked like you were going to say something, DJ.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm
going to edit this out. You were just, whenever I see that lean.
So I was just giving some excited eyes with nothing to say.
Excited eyes. Watching you.
Here's a question.
Nice.
We've talked for this long. I'm always one to like keep things in the back pocket. Not that we have to, but I think we've already got about 40 some minutes.
45 minutes.
We got a good chunk. We can wrap it up if you want to save the turbo, Randall, but it's up to you.
And not to like cut out my own segments all the time, but like, and I'm super prepared next time to like, I could do the whole fucking episode myself, but
hell yeah. Randall only.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pursuing Pixels. My name's Kevin Portelli, and I'm here tonight with Randall Nolery.
Hey, everybody.
John Hines.
Hey there.
And DJ Mandolini.
Yo.
And we're trying something new tonight. Not really, but we're going to talk about some video games as always, guys. I told you it was inevitable. I can't. It's too awkward to not mention.
Yeah,
No,
and I'm not even going to mention
games.
what it is. I'm not even going to mention what it is. We'll just talk some video games.
Yes.
Cringe away.
I quit.
But yeah. But I know DJ Randall and I, before you quit, DJ, I know we played a little bit of some Super Mario Brothers 35, which just came out, I think, today, the day we're recording this. It'll be a little while before this episode comes out. But we were just playing the new release, which is kind of similar to, Super Mario Brothers meets Tetris 99, if you're familiar. I think we've talked about Tetris 99 a long time ago on the podcast. And even if not, you're probably familiar with it. But it's kind of like a battle royale meets Mario game. And I know, Randall, you were saying you had some... you seemed the most riled up about this one. Like you had some thoughts to say. So you want to start on this, or DJ, do you want to take the lead? I know you were playing most recently, like right before we hopped on the mics.
Yeah, and I lost. I'm a little steamed, so Randall should start.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You take the momentum here.
I played a little bit today during lunch. I actually didn't realize it was the first day it was out, so that's pretty cool too. Did not win. I got like top 10, but it's out of 35, so I don't know how much that really says compared to Tetris 99. But this game kind of gives me anxiety. It's like,
that's fair. That's definitely fair.
It's like really hectic, and I'm good at Super Mario Brothers, so a lot of this was like super second nature for me to play. But there's a lot going on, and I found it kind of hectic and not just like laid back fun like Mario games tend to be, and what I want out of a Mario game. And I know that's not what this is. It's meant to be the competitive battle royale thing, and that's cool because still at the top, like Tetris 99, you can kind of choose between the different targeting method you have against the other battle royale players, either like folks attacking you or I can't even remember what the other ones are.
I think it was like the people with the most coins. And like the people that are like coming the closest to running out of time. And the time really comes into play, which I didn't realize at first.
Oh, yeah.
But, that comes into play big time. How many runs or attempts did you play, Randall? Like how much did you, I know you said you were just playing during your lunch break.
Like 3, I think.
Okay. I probably played like 4 or 5.
Yeah. What about you? It's all right, but like, DJ, what do you think?
I don't know. I liked it more than I expected. I think it was maybe it could have stood to like have like a more, not necessarily tutorial, but some sort of description of the mechanics, because maybe like at first I didn't realize like what the targeting system was, and then it was just like, oh duh, it's like Tetris 99. Like it's just, you just boot it up and just start a game, and it offers no explanation. Which like, I mean that's what we all know,
and it's kind of chaotic. So it's not like it's just immediately evident of like what you need to do. It's obvious what you need to do to play Mario, but the rest of everything going on is like, what the hell?
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I only played like 10 runs, and I obviously know how it works at this point, so it's nothing too much to complain about. The one thing I'm still a little curious about, though, is like, how you select one of the stages at the beginning?
Yeah.
But like you always start at 1-1. So
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
what is that?
I've a couple times started at 1-3, I think. But I think it's maybe like a voting thing, where like everybody's voting, and maybe because it just came out today, the day we're recording this, like maybe it like not enough people have unlocked more levels.
That makes sense.
Like maybe if we play later, because I was starting to get a little bit more variety on like the last couple runs I did. Like I played like not a water level, but and I was seeing other people like on the little like tiles on the borders of the screen, you know, playing like some underwater levels, or like I did make it to like a castle level at one point, 1-4. So
the advancement's a little weird too, because like I would beat 1-1, and at one point, like in one of my runs, I was taken straight to like 2-4. I'm like, what? Like,
okay.
Like I thought the skipping would only.
like.
I thought the skipping would only happen with the warp pipes, though. Like, but it seems to be even more random than that, I guess.
So I guess I didn't get either. Like, if I got to the end of the game, and granted that would take way too long in this format, but would you win based on that, or am I just outlasting everyone else? Period. And that's like the only win state.
The one time that I was able to win, like that is how it worked. Like it just like the timer, like all of a sudden the game just stopped because whoever the last person other than me died.
I see.
And then I just won. But I kind of like, I didn't understand exactly at first, but like every time you kill an enemy,
yes,
like you get, it increases your time.
Yep, by like a couple seconds generally.
Well, it depends. If you kill it with like a fire Mario, like a fireball, it's only 1 second. If you jump on the Goomba, it's 2 seconds. And I think if you like chain jumps, you get like if you bounce off one enemy to another, you might get some kind of bonus. I'm not sure about that. Okay, yeah. And then if you also, same deal, if you like hit one of the Koopas and then kick the shell and kill a bunch of enemies, it starts stacking up. And same deal with the flag at the end of a level. Like if you grab the top of it, I think you get like 15 bonus seconds. Where like if you know, anywhere else in between is, you know, 3 or 5 or 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it. But again, like you guys mentioned, though, it like does not explain any of this at all. But I think what happens is like every time a person kills an enemy, or every time you kill an enemy, it populates an enemy on whoever you're attacking. Like that same enemy. Like, so you know how because the levels just start getting super chaotic.
Yeah.
Like where they're just flooded with enemies, but it has like the normal layout of the Mario levels that you're familiar with from the first game.
Right.
But then it just like, you'll see like gray versions of like Goombas and Koopas and stuff. And I think those are like what people are attacking you with.
Right.
I could be wrong, but that was like what I was, So I don't know. I thought it was really cool, to be honest, because the Super Mario Brothers, the original, is probably my least favorite of the 2D Mario games, just because the controls are like a little slippery. I would just rather play Super Mario World or Mario 3 or whatever.
Right.
So this was like the most engaged I've been in like playing, because there's like a goal of like I just want to win.
Sure.
Where
that
like
makes
otherwise
sense.
I wouldn't really be drawn to play the original Super Mario Brothers. And I'm not saying I'm going to fire this up all the time, but it's definitely a good like time waster. I think especially depending on how it works once you unlock more levels, and if it really does just kind of totally randomize it and have different daily challenges, I might come back to this every now and then.
Do you guys see the item block thing too? In the corner where you can pay 20 coins and get a randomized item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's kind of a cool thing too. I did like that.
Yeah, I feel like that gets a little strategic too, because like I at one point I was using it and just kept getting the fire flower a bunch, but I was already was powered up to that.
Oh yeah,
so it really wasn't doing me any good. It's like better to kind of wait until you're in dire straits to use it,
right?
Because you can stack up your coins, and then you just get a bunch of unlockable icons and kind of that free to play model a little bit. Although I don't think you can spend any money on the game.
No, I think it's just a Switch Online type of thing, but only until March 31st, 2021 for no reason.
Oh, and then it's going away?
What?
Are they going to take it away?
That's the idea, I think.
That's so stupid.
And I was going to give them credit for doing like a nice thing for the fans. You're like, oh, this was nice. They did a free thing.
Oh, that's so dumb. I feel like they might take that back. I don't know. We'll see.
You keep saying this about Nintendo things, and that's not how things work with Nintendo.
Well, Tetris 99 never went away.
Well, they never said it was going to go away.
That's true. That's true. We'll see. I got a funny feeling about Super Mario Brothers 35, and you said you haven't played it yet, John, right?
I have not yet, but
are you like anticipating it at all, or what were you going to say?
No, because when DJ was describing like how it doesn't really explain itself to you, like that was my exact experience with Tetris 99, where I played a couple rounds and I didn't really know what was going on, other than I would get blocks from other people and I would be sending blocks to other people. I had no idea that targeting was a thing until like a week later, and someone posted a video. It's like, oh yeah, that's a core mechanic of the game that I just never like was aware of. And I think now that Tetris 99 has been out for a while and I understand that that's a mechanic, that is kind of a learned language that I know about the game, like I could go into and actually enjoy it. But right off the bat, that's something that I think was a little obtuse with at least Tetris 99.
Yeah, because it's not even like the little thing where it shows like what you can do at the top of the screen is like it's very like translucent, like you can barely even see it, So yeah, it's I do wish they tutorialized it a little bit better, even if it was just in a written segment. But
also wish they gave you the option to like use the analog stick instead of making you use the D-pad. Because
you can switch that in the options.
Oh,
actually.
I'm a dummy. Okay.
You can switch that, and you can switch it from Y and B and to A and B as well. If you like want to have it Super Nintendo style or NES style or Dog Bone style, I guess.
Okay, well, I'm ignorant.
Because NES they're just kind of straight across. But no, it's still like it's odd that you even have to switch that. Like it should just work one or the other. It's like most games let you use the joystick or the D-pad. It doesn't really matter.
Especially for like Super Mario Maker 2, like you can use both A, B, and XY or the D-pad and the analog stick like at will. Like that's just available constantly.
Yeah, it just seems like an odd choice.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is really cool that sets it apart a little bit from Tetris 99, like when you attack someone in Tetris 99, it like almost like definitely like fucks the opponent in some way. But like with this, like if it's kind of nice, like if someone sends some like weaker enemies your way to like, get some easy time increases. So like there is,
I was
going to
say,
so there is some like strategy to like how and when you like want to send stuff over to the other people. Like I try to, so if you have like a fire flower already, for instance, and you like get another fire flower in a block, it adds like 15 seconds. So like there are ways to add time besides like killing enemies. So I try to rely on that as much as possible and like try to milk like what's been sent to me like as much as I can. It's like there is some cool strategy to it.
I wonder if there's going to be like
a little bit
meta of a game that like kind of emerges from that, where the best players aren't actually going to be killing any enemies. They're just going to be dodging and getting power ups,
right?
Or just crawling through the levels and like because some people were like you could see at what everyone's doing. Kinda, you're not able to fully pay attention while you're playing, but like you can see some people are just burning through the levels like speed run style, and some people are like kind of tiptoeing their way through and killing a bunch of enemies, which is kind of the strategy I ended up taking the time I won. And I like my screen was so flooded with enemies, but like to the point where I was able to like just kick a shell and kill like 25 Goombas.
Nice.
Like I had like over 300 seconds the time I won. Whoa. So like I was just able to just kind of, all I have to do is stay alive as long as I can, and eventually was able to win. So
if the match goes like a certain amount of time, at least it did in one of my matches, like my match was going like 5 to 10 minutes, it increases the rate at which time goes down, which I think is really cool too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. They do it just a nice job of like, I don't know, I feel the tension immediate, like I'm engaged in this game 100% while I'm playing.
Tension. Yes.
Yeah.
I will give this game another shot though. The way you guys are talking about it has me intrigued to play more of it. I will say that much.
I think it's just got to be the thing you're in the mood for.
Yes.
You got to be like, I'm in a competitive, like I just kind of want to like play a few minutes of something, but like I just want to like see if I can win.
Right.
And it's like kind of doable. Like 1 out of 35, it's kind of doable.
Yeah.
We're all decent Mario players, so.
Right.
Well, I know I actually personally probably haven't played too much since last recording, but I know everybody else, particularly John and DJ, have been spending a ton of time playing Hades this week, which we talked a little bit about last week, and we all kind of raved about it.
Oh, yeah.
And even in our Discord, we've been chatting with our buddy Glenn's been hopping in there and raving about it as well, talking about our different runs and stuff like that. So yeah, why don't you guys take the lead on this one? John, why don't you get started, because I know you've made some progress since last week.
Yes, I've finally, it's taken me a week to get to where DJ was last week. I have escaped from Hades 6 times.
Nice.
And I am currently on a streak of 3 in a row.
Ooh, nice.
Oh man.
And it's
hell yeah,
so fun. Like I haven't even unlocked a mechanic that I know exists in the game yet. I don't know. Again, I don't know how much like we want to avoid spoiling certain things or whatnot. I'm not going to go too much into the story outside of the fact that there is just so much content in this game, and it doesn't even show signs of slowing after beating the game. How, quote unquote, beating the game, because I know DJ,
That's
you
amazing.
said you've actually seen credits. And
Yes,
I don't want you to spoil what you need to do in order to get to credits, other
Of
than
course not.
just playing more of the game.
But I do want you to elaborate in any way that you can, like, because I think I mentioned this too last week, like when you beat a game, and I know like now that you've seen credits, I'll be curious to see if you'll be wanting to go back more. But like usually when you like beat Bad North, or like, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I played a couple more after I like completed that roguelike, but like I get it. I beat the game. Like I checked it off my list, on to the next thing. So like what I'm curious is like what kept you coming back to this? Is it just that you knew that there was more stuff? Like I'm going for 100%, or what's the deal?
There is that. I am like, at this point, I think I'm pretty committed to 100%ing this.
Nice.
But beyond that, there are further like story developments that I know will happen. Like I haven't looked up spoilers or anything, but just based on what I've seen, like I know there's more story and
Jeez.
maybe something new gameplay wise. I'm not sure about that, but like I'm at least intrigued enough by how the story's continuing to develop that like I'll gladly keep playing through it.
Yeah.
I'm at I checked just before we recorded. I have attempted to escape 95 times, and I've escaped 22 times.
Whoa.
Damn.
It's such a god. I'm at like
It's a pretty good KD ratio.
I know. I was gonna say I'm at like a 10% clear rate for my 6 and 60.
That's still great.
I'm at a place now where like the quests I still have left are like kind of few and far between, and it is mainly just story compelling me at this point. There is like, again, I won't spoil. John, I'm pretty sure you may know something about this. There are certain points where you actually end up making like clear-cut decisions between one thing or another. Story-wise, at least, which I hadn't seen for the like first good chunk of this game, and I'm starting to like hope I didn't make any choices that I wish I could take back.
Wow, this is the exact reason why like I didn't like give people gifts at the beginning of the game. Like I gave everyone like the nectar to get their items, and then as soon as I did that, I was like, all right, I don't know if the game only has like lets you like in a dating sim game only proceed so far with X amount of characters. I want to make sure that I'm only proceeding with the amount that I can, like, and that's not the case. Like, so I think the game does a good, I don't, my impressions of the game is that it doesn't wall off content.
Correct.
And that may be the case.
I think there is versioned content based on some of those choices, but I don't think...
Interesting.
I don't think that anything is walled off per se.
Okay. So like gameplay, but story. Story might be changed,
Slightly
but
different.
gameplay... Okay.
God. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the like struggle, that the paralyzing choice that I run into with a lot of story driven games is that, you know, I don't necessarily want to replay a game and get multiple endings. Like it takes a very rare game for me to want to do that, but at the same time, like, I just want to keep playing this game. I can't stop playing this.
And you would consider this a story-driven game, John?
Yeah, because you're playing it like a psychopath.
No, I'm just playing it like I want to play it. And I think I mentioned this a little bit last week too, but like I mentioned this in the thread, and I think I've only played it like maybe like that night after we recorded last, and maybe like the next day. But I haven't played it much since. But like, and not for any, I plan on playing more. I really, really am enjoying it. But yeah, I just kind of like, I'm enjoying that I can play it like an arcade style roguelike. Like, I mean, I'm paying a little bit of attention. I've actually been giving gifts to everybody.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just kind of skimming the dialogue really casually. Like, I just don't care about that type of stuff in most video games. Like, occasionally I'll get sucked in, but I just want to play the game, and I like that I've been able to do that. It has not hindered me in my opinion. Maybe you guys, it's not the experience you guys are having, but it's not hindered my enjoyment of the game in any way.
Well, I've been wondering if this is like more similar or different than like, you know, how you approach other games. Like if there are games that you would like, you know, sit around for the story, and this one you aren't for whatever reason. Like, is it this game you don't like this story, or it's just
this type of game?
It's kind of just most games in general, but I guess I'm like, for the roguelike gameplay and just like the fast pace, like I'm able to just kind of fire it up of just like, hey, I feel like playing a run of this game, and I don't have to be like, oh, but I gotta get through these story beats, like, and whatever. But I guess like games like this is like the worst example, but the first thing I can think of. But like if I'm playing like Metal Gear Solid 2 or something, like I'm gonna get sucked in. I'm not gonna listen to a podcast. I'm obviously gonna pay full attention to the story and like get immersed in the experience. Or like, you know, if I'm playing something, I haven't played anything like this in quite some time, but like Firewatch, or, you know, What Remains of Edith Finch, like very specifically story-driven stuff, I'm down for that. But like if it's just kind of like dialogue boxes and this and that, like it's just not. I'm glad that I can just kind of skip through it, and I don't feel like it's getting in the way or like making me feel like I'm missing out personally. I'm sure I am, but
that's interesting because like I do actually kind of put this into the category of a podcast game where it's, you know, something that I'll be doing something else while I'm doing it. But as soon as I get to a conversation, or basically even the Hades section, like when you are in Hades, I'm like paying full attention. I'm talking to every single person, like every run I do, like going through every possible dialogue tree. And then once I get into my escape attempt, that's kind of when I get into like, it's not like they're two separate games. It's very clearly like it's a whole like experience, but at the same time, I do kind of have two different modes when I'm playing it. Like once I finish a run, I'm like, all right, now I'm relaxing. I'm doing all my little like base camp stuff, like checking to see if there's any other upgrades, organizing things, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess my version of that is just like I pretty much do the same thing, except I just stay in the same mode that I'm in while I'm running through the dungeons, and I just like, okay, go to talk to this person, spam through the dialogue, go through this person, spam through the dialogue. And like, I don't mean spam. I'm skimming it, but like I'm like, okay, I got the gist. And that's like, that's just, I'm not enjoying that part of the game, but I'm able to just kind of bypass it. And it's not hindering my personal enjoyment. I know it's not how you guys would like me to enjoy this game.
No, you can enjoy it any way you want.
No, I guess that's my praise for it, I guess, is that like, even though it has those elements, I'm able to kind of,
you are getting full satisfaction.
Not skip over it. Yeah, I feel like I'm loving this game. I don't want to slight it in any way. I love this game, even though I haven't played it much since. And I know you said you've played a little bit since, Randall?
Just a little, but I kind of have the same issue as far as I haven't played this more because I've had more opportunities where I'm playing the Switch in handheld mode where, you know, Tina and I are just sitting on the couch, like watching something. But if there's dialogue in Hades, or like a cool song or whatever else, I don't want to miss out on that. So I find myself playing other things because I want this to be more of the TV experience more often than not. But I just haven't had those moments as often in the last week, so I haven't played as much of it, type of thing. So, but that being said, it's an awesome portable game. It's awesome in handheld mode. And when I do have those moments, it's great. And I will play more of this game.
Yeah, no, it feels like for me, it's perfect for those pick up and play style sessions, even though the runs can be a little bit longer. Like, how long are you guys taking, like, when you beat a run, roughly?
Between half hour and an hour.
Whoa, really?
Okay.
Why?
Because I'm like,
I was going to say that sounds about right to me, but
like, are you doing like the amount of time that you are spending like doing the run, or the like in-game clock for a run?
I think it's the in-game clock. I think actually with that, I think I'm between like 30 and 40 minutes usually.
Okay, because I'm firmly in 20 minutes per run.
Dang.
Jesus Christ. That's faster because my runs are like 20 minutes and I'm only getting to like the second, third level.
Also, I basically exclusively use the dash attack. Like, I am just blazing through levels. Like, there are very few times, like, my entire strategy revolves basically around dodging and attacking simultaneously, or like getting in close to an enemy and then getting far away after like doing a cast attack or a strong attack. But I don't know. Like, basically my longest run was my first complete, and that was 40 minutes, and it's been in like the 20s ever since.
That's like perfect for a roguelike run, though.
The other thing is that like I'm also doing the runs themselves in chunks. So I will do a run maybe over the course of an hour by like I'll clear a room and then I'll like put the Switch to sleep. And I'll go, because I'm typically doing it also during like the workday.
Sure.
When I'm like on a break or going to the bathroom.
Yep.
So like I'll play like maybe I'll clear Asphodel and then I'll be like, all right, that's done for that. And I'll come back to this in an hour.
Do you like scour each chamber like I do? Like, I'm always like, are there any fish here? Like, I know there's like the sound effect if there's fish, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I missed it. Like, I
mean,
I for shiny urns, do the treasure.
I do
troves.
that, but I'm also like, I'm very mobile in all of my like attacking per room, so I basically cover every inch of the room in the course of clearing the encounter.
Got it. Okay. I usually do a little pass even after but you're still probably just generally doing it quicker than me anyway, so I'm a slow guy.
Also, I have never gotten, I think maybe I've gotten something besides the palm porridge for Eurydice, but every single time I go
which
to
one's that?
That's the one that
this is all some of this is going over my head.
It gives you up to 4 boons upgraded level.
Yep.
And
that's great.
Because the other ones, it's great. It's 4 like pomegranates.
Yeah.
And the other ones are just like increased rarity of your next boon, or increased like instead of rarity, whatever the other one is.
I think it was rarity for your current boons and then rarity for ones you're gonna find.
Yeah.
But like the only reason I've gone for those is because I wonder, like, does that mean I have a better chance of finding a legendary one, or like, and that's that's part of the checklist, So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm definitely excited to play some more because, our buddy Zach was texting me earlier today, too, and we like a lot of the same games. Like, we're always talking about Downwell, and definitely a few games that he and I have gone back and forth, and he was saying this is his favorite roguelike he's ever played, and he just beat it earlier today for the first time. So, yeah, I got to get back into this one and maybe pay a little more attention to the story. We'll see. But a couple of games I wanted to talk about real quick that I actually beat. These are just a couple of small indie games like I usually do. But I played another game. I've actually talked about a game before on the podcast called Imp. This is another game called Imp, although it's not all caps. It's only the I is capitalized. But this is like I found it just poking around on itch.io, and it was free to download. Or that, you could donate a little bit if you wanted to, but it was also, I think, Windows only, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just like a pretty short, stealth top-down action game, and you pretty much play as like this devil character, which is why I kind of wanted to talk about it after we talked about Hades.
Sure.
And you have a dash mechanic, so you can like dash through like laser sights that you'll just get immediately incinerated if you touch those, or you can dash into guards and then possess them. So that you can sneak past other guards. And that's pretty much it. There's only it took me less than 10 or 15 minutes to beat this game. Nice. But it seemed like, I don't know if it was made for a game jam. It's made by this guy, Andy Miller. So I definitely am excited to check out some more of their games, but it's pretty cool. It's just got a cool concept of like the goal of the game is like to get to the top of the corporate building and like possess the CEO. And then when the game ends, it kind of like there's all these like newspaper articles of like, oh, the CEO takes a drastic turn of events and raises wages for employees.
Oh.
No, it's more like you're trying to, I guess you do kill a bunch of guards along the way. So yeah, there's a price to pay. Cause so once you possess a guard, the only thing you can do, like you can't actually, like if they see you, they pretty much immediately shoot you. Like even if you dash, you almost have no chance to dodge them. You can once in a while, but like it's pretty much like you have to kind of stealth your way around, and you can also like duck into vents and sneak through those as well. So you have like you'll clearly have to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to get around. Like I can't cross this hallway because there's a guard right there just posted up. I can't walk past. They'll shoot me. If I dash, they'll still kind of see me and shoot me. So I got to go either around in the vents or possess them somehow. And then you sneak past a couple guards, and then all you can do is just kill them, like unpossess them, and then they just die. And then you turn back into the devil. And then you have to be the devil or the imp to like activate a switch to open a door or to go into the elevator to go to the next floor or whatever. But yeah, there's just like 10, 12 levels or something like that.
Nice.
But I just thought it was super fun. It was a nice little concept that like I was like, oh man, I wish there was more. I actually played through it twice. Just nice. Immediately right after. I was like, man, that was really fun.
That's a
I just
great
played
sign.
it again.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bite-sized game for sure, but it's really cool. And it looked like the developer had quite a few other things on their page. So
Sweet.
Yeah, and then one other game I wanted to talk about real quick was a game called Bunny Eats, which I actually did a video of as well a little while ago. And this is a game from the developers Securas or SunshineMan. I don't know which one they go by. I've seen both. But when the game booted up, it said SunshineMan, but all their other stuff online says Securas. But anyways, that's beside the point. It's just like the adorable little like side-scrolling like mini open world platformer. Like it's not a Metroidvania or anything, but it's like kind of an open world, and you're essentially this bunny that is platforming around and delivering pizzas. And as you go, like you have a cell phone, and like every day starts at 10 a.m. and then ends at 10 p.m. And the time ticks super quickly. Like I beat the game in like after 11 or 12 days, I think, worth of time. And that was less than like 20 minutes. But anyways, you're platforming around, and then the other concept is like, so there's different parts of this open world or whatever that are like, there's kind of a lava section, and there's also like a little like winter section. And there's not really any there's like, if you die, you just spawn at like the next or like the last like safe platform that you were on. But like you also have, after the first day, like you pick up a pizza from one place and then you deliver it to another person. They just kind of like have a little arrow that shows you, almost like Crazy Taxi style.
Okay.
Like you pick up the person, pick up the pizza, and then an arrow will show you where you need to drop it off at. And then as you get further along in the days, you have to like watch there's like a temperature gauge on the side that'll show like the desired heat level that the customer wants the pizza at. And you have to like take the pizza over into like the lava zone to like heat up the pizza and then go run it over to like the, wherever you need to deliver it. And they'll leave you a better tip. And then your overall goal is like, I think it takes like 60 carats away from you per day for like your rent and your expenses. But then everything beyond that, you accumulate, and then you once you raise or you have like 500 carats in your account, you win the game or whatever.
Yes.
I think this is also made for like a game jam, but it's like really polished, like really great music. It's got these like it's like 3 or 4 different beats that just kind of come in for just shuffle through the different days, but like these really chill. Like, oh man, I love the vibe. Like I've actually fired this game up like 3 or 4 different times now.
Oh, nice.
And then after I made the video, like was finally like, you know what, I need to just beat this game. Like it doesn't seem like there's too much more to it. But yeah, it's just like, it's super charming, and I can't recommend. I feel like I've talked about some of the games from this developer on the podcast before, but the reason I went back and checked it out again is because they have a game called Sealed Bite that was definitely made for a game jam that has like some kind of like, not exactly like Celeste, but kind of like a dash style mechanic like that, but where you're like homing in on enemies, like almost like Sonic style. And like I saw they posted a new clip of that, which was made for a game jam. I was like, are you working on this some more? And they were like, we'll see. So I was like, oh, you know what? I need to go back and play some more Bunny Eats. But yeah, I just really recommend. I've played 3 or 4 of their games now and have loved every single one. So
nice.
They have a new one out as well called Drac-Unite, which looks very like, I don't know if it's Pico 8, but it definitely looks very much that style that was done for like a low res game jam. It seems like most of their stuff is done for game jam. So yeah, I'll have links in the video or in the I always do that, but I'll have links in the episode description to where you can find their stuff. But yeah, I really recommend Bunny Eats and checking out some more stuff from SunshineMan / Securas.
Sounds awesome.
But John, I know you've been playing another kind of action arcadey game. What have you been playing this week?
So yeah, I picked up Super Crush KO a while back because it was recently on sale, but I think I picked it up even on a prior sale to that.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it a long time ago that you picked it up.
Mm-hmm. It's been on my radar for a bit. I don't think I've played any other games by the developer. It's Fmod. Is that the developer or the publisher? They might be
the publisher. Yeah, I thought it was Vertex Pop.
Could be. Yeah.
But that I might have it backwards. That could be the publisher too. But we'll have links in the episode description.
Yes.
I'll make sure I have the right links and whatnot. But whoever it is, I think they also made Graceful Explosion Machine, which I played a little bit of and have liked quite a bit. It's got a very similar art style for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has that kind of comic booky, but very like the colors pop. They're not, they're not background colors. Like they feel very. It gives a very. God, I don't like how I'm describing this game at all.
It's like cool colors. Like it's kind of like Sayonara Wild Hearts, but 2D, but like more vibrant.
But
than
even
that.
like brighter. No.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say more vibrant, but that game is very like Sayonara Wild Hearts is very vibrant. But yeah, it has like brighter colors going on for sure. But it's like purples and blues and like. I don't know. It is very eye-catching for sure, like cotton candy.
Yeah. And it has a, very simplistic, charming story that's very secondary to the gameplay. There's
my
basically
kind of game.
I know, it's your favorite thing. Not mincing words. Your cat gets stolen and you're trying to rescue them. But it is a combo-based action, 2D action platformer, beat 'em up kind of game. Mm-hmm. It's screen-based, so you'll enter an area and the screen will lock, and then enemies will start spawning in that area, and you'll have to clear the area of enemies in order to advance to the next. And as you're doing that, you are building up a combo, and it goes through D, C, B, A, S. And every time that the combo meter falls to 0, then it you can keep regenerating that combo until that meter falls to 0. And also if you get hit by an enemy, then you lose your combo. So you are fighting time and you are dodging enemy attacks as they're constantly spawning in order to build up this combo. And then as you clear levels, you get a bonus for clearing the level quickly. You get a bonus for not getting hit throughout the entire level. And then there are specific screen clears that are kind of checkpoints. There are actual checkpoints in the game, but there are like very specific screen locks where you will have to clear that screen lock with an S rank in order to get that little check mark at the end of the level. So I have only S ranked one level so far.
Jeez.
And there's at least, I think I get the impression that they're all like, each level has 4 stages and then a boss. And there are at least 4 stages. Don't know how many there are total, but there's a fair amount of content in this game, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, the combat itself is really satisfying. So linking together these combos through normal attack, then you have a ranged attack, and the ranged attack has a certain number of bullets that act on a cooldown, so you can't just constantly be using your ranged attack and keeping your combo meter up. And then you also have special attacks, and those special attacks take a charge, so you also can't just be constantly using your special attack. So you have a timed cooldown on your ranged attack. You gain special power-ups by normally attacking enemies. So you're constantly juggling these like 3 things in order to keep a combo going, all while also dodging enemies and not getting hit.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it looked really awesome. The clip you posted.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very satisfying, like, and I have failed a bunch of levels a bunch of times, but I've never felt that it was unfair. It was always like every time that I would get hit by an enemy, I'm like, yep, that was me. Like, that was something I could have just dodged better. I could have just done better. And that, like, it always feels great to just make your way through a wave of enemies without like getting a single hit and like getting out with a like S rank. I actually went back after I played like 3 worlds or so to try to S rank the tutorial stage, but there just aren't enough enemies for like my style of gameplay. So like I was just really hard to like maintain an S rank because you need to be moving forward, but also be encountering enemies enough to keep your meter charged.
Right.
So I actually think it's really difficult to S rank the tutorial stage.
I love
That's
that.
Funny.
Encourage the beat 'em up and the kinetic energy. I'm about that.
I like that it's like a twist on the beat 'em up too, you know, like it seems like it does have a little more platforming going on. Like it is like a strictly 2D and not like that like kind of isometric plane or whatever that beat 'em ups are usually kind of on, but still kind of embraces that like clear this screen and then move along.
Mm-hmm. And I'm a huge fan of aerial combat, period. Like,
yeah, I didn't expect, like, again, in that clip you posted, like, I know it was just a short little 30-second clip, but it was like, man, this is like, you were doing like 3, 4, 5 different attacks and like all over the screen, even though it was a locked screen. So,
and you get a double jump right off the bat, but also you get an air dodge. So you can do a double jump and air dodge to like make a really long jump, but you can also shoot. Like anytime that you're firing your gun in midair, you also are like basically halting your descent. So you can use that as a way to like, if an enemy is attacking, like you can jump over them and just shoot at them as they like pass under you, and you can dodge their entire attack. It feels great. Like I cannot overstate how good this game feels to play.
Yeah. I got to check this out for sure. Yeah, because it definitely caught my eye as well. Either, I don't know if it was before, like just scrolling on the eShop, or after you had mentioned it. But yeah, it's eye catching, and if you're saying it's good, I'm down to check it out. But all right, well, I know we had another thing or two on the docket this week, but I think we're gonna save it for the next recording session, because every now and then we're running a little light every now and then. So we'll keep the things on the back burner while we can. And yeah, we can wrap it up this week if you guys are good to call it there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, yeah, as always, you can find us on the internet at pursuingpixels.com. We've got all the links in the episode description at the bottom, Twitter, Instagram, hang with us on Discord. We've got a few people joining us lately, so join us as well. And yeah, check the links at the bottom of the episode description, like I already said. And we'll call it there for this week, and we'll catch you next time. And take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Shoot, what were we saying before that? I think I had already kind of like wrapped that up, but
yeah,
I can wrap it. I'll like fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I'll wrap it up
say
again and then I'll pick one or the other. Sometimes I have to like pick one to make it flow smoother.
just your old
DJ's
standby.
Hungry eyes.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we can pretty much wrap it up there.
Well, I think we can pretty much.
Say it.
Man.
Say it.
God. Let me take a sip now to get through this.